Peace, starlings, for an elder is among us. Coco Village. beef. I'm gonna level with you. Your boy's gonna be clearing his throat a lot today. I'm a gunky boy. What can I say? There's also a dog under the desk, and he changed the screen. It's like he's learned to change the screen. He's like, hey, turn on the dog cam. Give me a treat. Hey everyone, I will greet you in a moment, but first I have to give the dog a treat because I'm streaming. So here we go. You want a treat? Come here, bud. Socks today are blue and striped, so I don't know what to make of that. But there's the treat for the dog. Anyway, couldn't possibly be because I redeemed the treat right off the bat when you started the stream. It's definitely that. Like, this dog has been trained to expect a treat when he hears me in my stream voice. So that's on you. Not me for setting up the ability to give him a treat via redeems. Anyway, hello everybody. My name is Endeavorance. It is Tuesday. I know it's May 13th. Hell yeah. And there's a year in there somewhere. I want to start off by saying thank you to Attainers for the 14 months. Let's fucking go. And Arrow99 at 2 months. Been a minute. But I'm glad this is back. Me too. And oh, right into bed. Right into his bed. I don't blame him. It's a really gloomy day. It's very rainy and nasty, and he's had a bit of a rough morning. He had to pee in the rain. You don't. It's not great when you got to pee in the rain. I mean, I certainly don't like having to pee in the rain. I'm sure that all of you don't like having to pee in the rain, let alone poop in the rain. And so, yeah, he's having a rough morning. So it seems like he just wants to get cozy, and I cannot blame him for that. So hello, everybody. How is it going? Let me check the chat. I saw some stuff. I'm seeing, I missed the dice chaos, says Attainers. I agree, and I plan to bring back at least the like redeem a dice roll that like rolls on the stream. I've been wanting to bring that back. It's just a matter of finding the time to build it. Digging the intro music. I'm glad that the intro music brings people calm and happiness. That makes me happy. I'm glad for you, Ollie. Blue-haired GM, hello. Does anyone else feel like the current dystopia is making coffee not hit as hard as it used to? Kind of. I've been having less and less coffee, and that's making coffee not hit as hard as it used to. Because I'm having less of it. And it's been a journey. I'm currently on day 2 of only having 1 cup of coffee in the morning. Fuck, I forgot to take my meds. Med check, everyone. Go take your meds. Fuck, I don't have any out here. Pardon me momentarily while I go take my meds, because that's a thing I should do now, because I'm supposed to have taken it. I will be right back. BRB, watch the dog for me. Okay, I'm back, and I got spares in case that happens again. Let me rephrase for when that happens again. Now comes the real test. These things are impossible to open. Let's see if I can open this one. Oh, it's cooperating. Oh, it's cooperating. Here we go. You ready? Hopefully, it went flying. Oh. Please hold while my medication dissolves. Welcome to my stream. Everything's going great. It's like real life scuff. Take your meds. Don't forget to take your meds before starting a stream. Almost done. Getting there. Okay. We're good. We're done. Those are gonna kick in. Y'all are gonna see that happen in real time. It's an experience. Oh my goodness. Look at the animal. Look at the boy. Take a gander. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna go give him a quick kiss on the head because he needs it. All right, sorry, that was necessary. It was very necessary. What are we doing? What's going on? I'm streaming. How's everybody going? How's your day so far? It's Tuesday, so it probably isn't that great. But how's it going, everyone? Everybody doing all right? All things considered? Like, given that we're in a fucking hellhole, like an absolute disaster of a country, how are we doing? What a lovely puddle of a dog. He is a lovely puddle of a dog. Look at that. Look at that. He's melting. He's literally liquid. He is an actual liquid, just taking up the space of his container. Oh my goodness. So I'm gonna be clearing my throat a lot today. I don't know why I'm so fucking gunky. Y'all, I slept for like 10 and a half hours last night. So I've been trying to reduce my caffeine intake. And I'm doing that in part because of the meds that I just took. They like, you're not supposed to have too much caffeine while also taking these meds. So I've been trying to like reduce my caffeine intake for like that, but also just because everyone that I know that's actually gotten off of caffeine talks about how much better they feel. And I've been kind of feeling that myself, but it definitely is annoying to be tired all the time while you're kind of like tampering down. And yesterday I made I made an attempt to start the day with just like a cup of tea. Or no, 2 days ago, I made an attempt to just start the day with a cup of tea. And that was not a good idea. I am not ready for lowering my caffeine that much. And I spent the entire fucking day just being a Zambo. Just an absolute zombie. Yesterday, pretty much the same thing happens. But as opposed to Sunday, where I was tired all day and just basically napped all day, I tried to just stay up. Like, I tried to just deal with it, get through the tired. Around 2 p.m., I was, like, falling asleep standing up. It was rough, but I pushed through it anyway. And I finally get to, like, 8 p.m., and I'm like, I'm going to bed. And then I woke up this morning at, like, 8:30. So feeling, I would say feeling good, but I mean, not quite there. But that was the most sleep I've gotten in, like, 2025, I think. Like, I don't think I've slept for more than 7 hours yet in 2025, contiguously. Pretty all right, despite being in a hostile government takeover. Oh yeah, that song is really fucking catchy. Holy shit. I wish it was better, like, the full thing. There was the full... Okay, for those who are not aware, there was a TikTok of this dude singing a song just like ad-lib about being stuck in a hostile government takeover. and some like producer worked with him and like made a full like EDM version of the song. The full song is like good for the first 30 seconds, and then I get really, really bored of it. Like I wish it was a better full song, but the actual like refrain, so fucking catchy. Recovering from being sick, stuck at work at a Christian rehab as a closeted trans woman, and struggling to find any good income alternatives, trying to focus on the silver linings. That is rough. That is rough. And unfortunately, shit's pretty fucking rough right now. It's not great outside. I checked in a book and it said it's not great outside. Thankfully, here we are as a community of people who acknowledge that and want to do what we can to survive through that. So welcome. You're going to not deal with bullshit here, at least, hopefully. You might hear about some bullshit, but you're not going to be dealt any bullshit. You are, in fact, feeling, says Attainers. I feel everything at all times, in all directions, in every dimension. It kind of sucks. It kind of sucks because it's just a lot of itching. Turns out that itch is the most commonly felt feeling across all of space and time, and so I'm just very itchy all the time. Synthrem says, I'm trying to get myself into cups of caffeinated tea. I'm already struggling to drink my coffee before it's cold. I used to down the whole cup in an hour. I am trying to... I think I want to switch to optionally being able to have a cup of tea. I would love the fucking superpower of waking up in the morning and not needing a substance, right? Like, doesn't that sound kind of nice? As much as it's nice to wake up and have a cup of coffee and feel that energy. I love that more than anything, but that's because I'm a fucking addict. As nice as it is sometimes to wake up and garden for a bit or whatever, I would really like to wake up and just start my day. Because that's what I want to do in the morning. I am most productive in the morning. If I can wake up and feel all right, I will be unstoppable that day. Because like I wouldn't call myself a morning person, but if I can just be in my own space and be in my little zone in the morning, I will get all of my creative work done that morning and then like spend the rest of the day doing whatever else. It's just when I can be at my most focused and at my most creatively potent. And I think I get that. I mean, I get that from my grandfather, who I've talked about my grandparents before. They're both artists. My grandfather would wake up at like 4 a.m. every morning and just go to his studio and paint or craft or whatever for like 3 hours every morning. Just quiet, focused studio time. Just because. And he'd go to bed at like 6:30. The man's a legend. I'm realizing more and more the older I get how right he was about everything. Here are the 3 top qualities of my grandfather. Getting up early to focus on creative projects. Going to bed whenever the fuck he felt like it by laying on the couch and falling asleep with his hand in a bag full of tortilla chips. And loudly announcing when he was fucking done being somewhere and wanted to go home. Legend shit. Fucking legend shit. Like, I've now learned, it used to be like a joke among my family. Like, you know, we're at a restaurant or whatever, and he's done eating, he's ready to go. That's me. If I'm done, I'm out. I'm gone. And I've paid far too many taxes to care about cordiality. I'm ready to go home. So yeah, he would frequently, and like, I'm following the exact same patterns too. Cause like, I'd be visiting my grandparents and I walk into the like living room area where he's passed out on the couch with his hand in the bag of chips. And on the TV, he's just fallen asleep to watching one of those like how it's made documentaries. And you know what? Same. Those are like the ultimate comfort show. Just those shows where it's like, here's the inside of a factory of how ketchup is produced. Like, here's a big conveyor belt full of bottles and the machine that squirts the stuff into the bottle. It's just perfect. It is the perfect falling asleep material because it's like, man, this is really interesting. Oh, wow, I'm asleep now. It's amazing. There's no plot. There's nothing to worry about not catching. You just enjoy the bottles being filled up and then you fall asleep. So yeah, I aim to someday be my grandfather. He understands. He's figured it out. I don't know. That man has goals. He also like grew up super poor on a like in a shack on the beach, stacked sandbags in a warehouse in Florida as his job, was like essentially the man of the house because I think his parents were basically not there, or alcoholics or something. He had like a severely disabled sister that he was taking care of, and he went on to propose to and marry a French Canadian belly dancer when he was 20 and she was 18, and they're still together now and very much in love. So goals, like quite literally started from nothing. Goals. I struggle with those videos because I genuinely want to know once I start watching. Like, yeah, I got to know the full process. I got to see where the tomatoes are grown, and then how they get pureed, and then how they get put into the bottle. Oh, I do love that shit. I think my favorite of those are the like confectionery, like the really shitty confectionery factories where they make like mass amounts of fudge striped cookies or something. Not because I like mass produced shitty foods, but because it's got the most moving parts, and it's very satisfying to watch a piece of like shortbread go on a conveyor belt under a little like chocolate waterfall and get covered. Oh, to be a piece of shortbread covered in chocolate, that's where I'm at. That's what I want. I will never use this information, but it's so fascinating. Well, you never know. What if you're on like Jeopardy or some shit, and they're like, how many fudge stripe cookies are made in an hour at the Keebler factory? And you're like, I know this one. I'm actually really curious about that now. What do y'all think it is? How many cookies do you think Keebler makes in a year? We're gonna figure this out. That's the dog. Whoa. That's not the internet. That's the dog. How am I supposed to research things with that? Let's do this. Okay. How many cookies does Keebler make in a year? This is important. 167-year-old cookie factory. Okay, packages of Keebler fudge stripe cookies eaten in the US in 2020. We'll just do that. We'll start there. Shut the fuck up. Why do I need a statistic account for unlimited access? I just want to know about how many cookies were eaten. Come on now. Why is this premium information? Welcome to the magical world of Keebler. Do you have... Please tell me you've got, like... This... I hate this. Do you have... like, stats? God, I need this information so badly now. Snack history. No. Products for your business. Girl Scout cookies. This is falling apart. Keebler. Excuse me. Excuse me. I can't fucking... Excuse me. I can't type. Keebler stats. Let me get them Keebler stats. Maxi Keebler career stats, ESPN. Okay, here we go. So this man is 6'10", 240 pounds, born in 1992. It makes him 33. He's active. It's his 7th season, and he's from Würzburg, Germany. So, okay. If Keebler makes about one 6'10", 240 pounds maxi per year, what is that in maxis per hour? So one maxi Keebler per year, that'd be one... How many hours are in a year? Hours in a year is 8760, so 1/8760th, 0.0001 maxi Keeblers per hour is how many Keeblers are made in the factory. So we've solved it. We figured it out together. Thank you for participating in this journey. This is the end of the stream now. We've accomplished all of our goals. Goodbye. How did they not have braggadocious marketing copy about 8 billion cookies per year or whatever? I don't know. I was fully expecting to find that. I was fully expecting to see that there was going to be like Keebler stats, but apparently not. They should hire me. Be their marketing guy. Give me cookies. Must be tough to make cookies that are 167 years old, says Jeff Overtime. Okay. Okay. Granted, you get it. Hello, Alacrity. Alacrity. What's up? Welcome in. I thirst. Oh, they have to get your data to sell. That's why I need a Statistica account. I'm so tired of everything requiring an account, and I know that's never going to get better, but I'm so sick of everything requiring an account. I'm specifically designing the Proscenium app to not require an account. There will probably be the option to have an account to like sync data or whatever, but it's not going to require an account to play because it's not necessary. It's literally just like that so that they can like optimize their returns on customer data collection or whatever. Ooh, look at this melon spin. Thank you, Lucifer's ASBF. We melon now. It's a bit of like a honeydew vibe. And as I've said before, I stand honeydew. And I don't care who knows it. It's brutal that we need to make an account for like reading anything. Like paywalls are the worst, right? But the websites that are like, oh, sign in to read this article. I know what you're gonna do. Like I know that you're just trying to not have a paywall and you want to just absolutely spam the shit out of my inbox while I just wanted to read one page of your website. I can take another sip. Thank you for knockery. But yeah, like I spend like a material amount of time every week just unsubscribing from mailing lists that I've never subscribed to. I actually have gone and registered a whole domain name exclusively for setting up email addresses that are bullshit that I don't care about, but like don't want to send to the ether. Like I would like to be able to look them up if I need to, but I don't want them ever to be in my inbox or anywhere else. So I have an entire domain and all of the email addresses to that domain just go to a silent folder that if I need to, I can dig in there, but otherwise I want nothing to do with it. It's a good way to be. I made spam only email addresses for those websites. Yeah, so I make an email address for every website that I sign up for. You should, if you have an email service that's capable of doing that, you should do that. It's like an extremely helpful way to protect your security online. Consider that if a website is hacked and your email and password are leaked or one or the other, if you use a different email address for every account, it doesn't mean anything, essentially. Like it effectively doesn't mean anything because like, what are they going to do? They can have your password, but if they don't have your account name, then they can't really log in. So it's as helpful as having a different password for each website, which you should also have a different password for each website. And you should turn on two-factor authentication where you can. I know it's a pain in the ass, but you should turn on two-factor authentication where you can. It is so effective, usually, for like 99% of cases. The Tanner says, one of the shitty things my ex did was take my email and sign me up for everything that required an email that he didn't want to use his for. I got some wild shit to that email. Ah! That sucks. That's the worst. I've got a buddy who, when we were at Google, he had, we all had @google.com domains or emails. And his username, I don't want to dox him, so I'm not going to say it, but his username is like a very common 3-letter abbreviation. And so he had that 3-letter abbreviation @google.com was his email address. And he, not infrequently, would get random emails to his address that were like account recovery emails or like meaningful things because people were either, one, confusing Gmail and Google, and so they would put in like @Gmail or @google.com instead of @gmail.com, or they thought that it was a bullshit email address and that's just what they came up with. So he like got someone's account registration confirmation for, I think it was like Xbox Live or something at the time. He would just get people's receipts just sent to his work email. Oh man. Synthram says, I've been using Proton and its email aliases. Nice. Yeah, Proton Mail is pretty good. I like Proton Mail. I used to use them for a while. I now use Fastmail. I recommend either, really. I would say Fastmail, I would recommend more for people who are like just standard internet users. Proton is still very, very good and very usable, but it definitely has the air of being more of a nerd-centric service. So if you want to go like much harder into security and stuff, Proton is great. If you feel confident in your ability to use a computer, also Proton is great. If you want a bit of a middle ground that is still a solid email host that doesn't sell your data, Fastmail is great. Gmail is not a good idea. Like if you have a Gmail account, you don't need to run, you don't need to hide, it's fine. I would highly recommend finding an email service that's more trustworthy than Gmail. Especially because like they're probably just feeding all your emails into their AI training shit anyway. Like we know that they're feeding your Google Docs into AI training stuff. It's Google. They're explicitly evil. So, there's been a lot going on. Let's pull up the old news, the news as it were. So Donald Trump is currently on a tour in the Middle East. He's like going to several different countries and like, you know, doing trade deal stuff or whatever. Something very interesting is happening right now. He's breaking with Israel. Like Trump is pissing off Israel. So he's on this tour right now across the Middle East, and he is explicitly not stopping in Israel. Like he's going to Qatar, he's going to the UAE, Saudi Arabia, but not Israel, which is very interesting. And it seems like he's been embarrassed by Netanyahu. Like he was talking about how he was going to solve the problem on day one, blah, 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 blah. He was talking about how he was going to like ceasefire, et cetera, et cetera. But turns out Netanyahu just wants to kill everyone in Gaza. Like we've known this. It doesn't matter. There is no notion of a ceasefire as long as Netanyahu breathes air. He doesn't want that. Even if Hamas tomorrow, right now, said, we are done being Hamas. We're out. We're done. We don't care. We're laying down arms and walking away. Which, like, they shouldn't have to do. Like, they exist there. They wouldn't stop. Like, Israel would not stop. They don't care. It's not about that. It's about claiming that land. So, yeah, so Netanyahu has been like embarrassing Trump basically because he's like unworkable. I think Trump genuinely does want that shit to end because it's annoying to him. He doesn't care. He just doesn't want to have to deal with it. He doesn't want to deal with being the president. He just wants to have attention. And so having meaningful geopolitical strife, it's why he's also not happy with the whole like Ukraine-Russia thing. He thought he was going to be able to do something about it, and turns out Putin also doesn't want to stop. And so Trump's all mad at all of them. He's like, why won't they just stop fighting? And so he's breaking with Israel, and Israel is getting upset with him. Like Netanyahu is like, there's no way we're going to stop the war in Gaza. And like a Trump official recently said that Israel has no intention of stopping. And so it's not like, that's annoying. Like Israel's perpetuating this is like how they phrased it. It's going to be genuinely hilarious if his inability to function in his role leads to him accidentally doing the right thing in some cases because he doesn't have the energy or focus to perpetuate the ongoing genocide, which he doesn't, to be clear, he doesn't care if it ends via genocide or ends via Israel stopping. He just wants it for it to stop. And I don't know. I really hope that his If like he is going to piss off the entire fucking world, let Israel be a part of that. Like, please let him destroy US-Israel ties. We don't need to have this weird, like, fetishized relationship with Israel. All of our politicians are so incredibly pro-Israel because of the dumbest reasons. Like, you know, somewhere it's a spectrum, but it ranges from like religious doomsday prophecies to just being paid a lot of money by AIPAC and shit. It's very weird. It's very weird in 2025 to have this kind of a relationship to another country, which is essentially just our colony in the area. We need to not be doing that shit. Whitetail VR says, hi Dev, been a while. Hello, hello. How's it going? Informal Goblin says, I added you to a suggested panel on my page. Thank you. Thank you so much. Failing successfully? Yeah, absolutely. We've also got this. So there is a budget bill that's been, you know, being pushed for a while. We've known that it's going to cut Medicaid. Like, we knew this because Republicans kept saying it won't cut Medicaid. So it's going to cut Medicaid. So, like it's going to cut Medicaid. It's exactly what they said it wasn't going to be. It is a $4.9 trillion bill. They're going to try to cut Medicaid to pay for it, food stamps, and green energy programs. Also, that they can give a just truly egregious amount of tax cuts to the wealthy. It's the same play. It's the same thing that they always do. Tax cuts to the wealthy at the expense of people who need things as trivial as medical care. All while looking us dead in the fucking eyes and saying that they're not gonna cut Medicaid. I want to find Republicans say they won't cut Medicaid. Yeah. Republicans say Medicaid cuts won't happen. Ah. This is like I hate these. Get out of here. Republicans want budget cuts, but not the consequences. Okay, everything's just about the fact that they're now cutting Medicaid. There we go. They won't cut. Oh God, please. No, I don't want Morning Joe to talk at me. Get out of here. No one's ever wanted that. Yeah. So they're out here being like, we're not going to cut Medicaid. And like, Speaker Johnson has been on the mic, like at a podium in front of human beings saying we're not cutting Medicaid. And then now they're like, hey, we're cutting Medicaid. I don't know what they think is going to happen. Like, how does a political party exist? And I'm not saying that this doesn't apply to Democrats as well. It's not what I'm saying. It's just that Democrats have literally no control over anything in the government right now. And so I'm criticizing the ones who do. But how does a political party exist where all of their goals are so deeply unpopular that they have to lie about what they're doing while they're actively doing it, while people are calling them out for actively doing the thing that they're saying that they're not doing, and they maintain that they're not doing it, and if you imply they are doing it, you are a liar and shouldn't be trusted? How does that political party exist? I mean, I know that the answer is because there's a large part of their base that has been taught from birth to never question authority and roll with it, and to consider anyone who's not a Republican to be literally an agent of Satan. So that's why, but I really don't want to accept that. Like, I really don't want to accept that that is the situation of the country that I live in and share a democracy with these people. I'm deep in denial about that. I know it. I'm in denial. Did you ever get the Stellaris code saved? I think, yeah, I have it saved somewhere. Pretty sure. Yeah, I've got it. I have not. Gaming, I don't know when that happens anymore. I've been playing a ton of Hades, just like to fill some time. I just haven't had the capacity to start a new game yet. I've downloaded so many fucking games recently that I have not touched. That Claire Obscura game that everyone is saying is amazing, and I'm sure I would love it because I've heard it's a lot like Paper Mario. I've downloaded it. It's sitting there on my PS5. Haven't touched it. I got the new Assassin's Creed game. Haven't touched it. I got Civ 7. I've played like 12 minutes of it. I just, I don't know what's going on, but I don't have the capacity to onboard to new games right now. It's just not there. My roommates think it won't happen. I've been telling them for months. They think that the cuts won't happen because they're gonna happen. Like, I was thinking about this the other day. Republicans are doing all this shit that they're doing right now because they know it's deeply unpopular. Like, they're not out of the loop. Every time they go on TV and they say things like, this is common sense and the American people are for this, they're lying through their teeth and they know that. They're not dumb. I mean, some of them genuinely are dumb, but a lot of them know what they're doing. It's a show that they're putting on. They have the numbers. They know that the numbers are not in their favor. And they know that it's actually genuinely difficult to stop an election from happening in the United States of America. And if they were to do that, they would face so many challenges. The people who are like doomering about how we're not going to have another election and so on and so forth, like, I get the despair. I get the doomerism. I get it. I truly do get it. And I don't think that there's a 0% chance that something catastrophic like that does happen. I do think that's a possibility. I think the most likely possibility is that elections go on as scheduled, and likely there will be a bunch of bullshit around them. But if you know how the actual election system in the States works, it is incredibly difficult to game it, and it is incredibly difficult to fuck with it at scale. It's so decentralized, for better or worse, that it's just, you would have to convince millions of people across the political spectrum, across the entire physicality of the country, to lie and never tell anyone about these lies. It would be virtually impossible. And so, like, I'm expecting that, like, you know, come 2028, 2026, we're going to see massive pushback, and they know that's coming, which is why they're doing everything they can to fuck everything up as hard as they can. So much so that, like, it will probably result in a Democrat winning in 2028 and then a Republican winning again in 2032, because the Democrat is dealing with the fallout of everything from the Trump presidency, and people get upset because everything is still fucked. And they're like, well, the Democrats didn't save us, so we're gonna go back to the Republicans. Like, that's just gonna keep happening because the Republicans are gonna fuck everything up that they can. The Democrats are gonna do exactly nothing to make any kind of progress because they're not a progressive party. They're also a right-wing party. And then we're just kind of stuck with that ratchet effect. So hopefully, during all of that time, someone in the Democrat Party will, or someone outside the Democrat Party, someone will actually rise above that shit and start a real coalition that actually has some sort of like meaningful power behind it. I think the most likely place that would happen is the Democrat Party. I don't think that a third party is likely, really, ever, until we have some sort of like significant update to either of the parties. I don't know. I do think that there exist people within the political system who truly do mean well and truly do think that they can fix it from inside. I don't know that I agree with that interpretation. I don't know if I agree with that outlook, but I understand it, and I can respect if that's how somebody wants to like dedicate their life. That's respectable. I don't think it's worth banking on that, right? Like, I don't think the people who are like the blue wave Democrats, the liberals who are just like, yeah, Kamala's gonna save us. She's gonna run again and she's gonna save us. Like, those people are the ones that are causing all these fucking problems. Like, they are so bought into this concept of the American system being truly exceptional, and like, having the ability to course correct back towards the version of America that people were taught growing up, that they want to believe existed ever. And they think that staying within the lines, like coloring within the lines, is going to get us there. And unfortunately, coloring within the lines explicitly makes things worse right now. Something sounded like it just exploded outside. What the fuck? Oh shit. Transformer? Question mark? Thing is actively being done. No, they won't. Yeah. Both parties, Daddle Do, first time chat, says both parties play the division game. Behind the scenes, they often end up on the same page to protect corporate interests. Democrats like Joe Manchin and Republicans like Lindsey Graham have both backed measures that would limit Medicaid, showing it's more about the show than the real differences. Yes and no. Yes, both parties play the division game. Yes, both parties behind the scenes are completely different than they are when they're on camera. When they're on camera, they are putting on a show. When you see a politician on camera, they are lying. They are putting on a show. They are going for clips. Behind the scenes, they go to the same parties. They hang out at the same bars. They're colleagues. They just chill. But they know that's the game. It's pro wrestling, right? I would say that I don't think that I understand what you're saying and agree. I feel like Joe Manchin is an exceptional pick from the Democrat side. He is, for one, I think he's no longer even a Democrat. Didn't he change to independent? Did he ever do that? Joe Manchin, or did he resign? I forget. Yeah, he retired. He was very much breaking with the Democrats by the end, and the only reason he was a Democrat was like to give him more power in the seat that he was in. I'm not defending Democrats here. I'm not saying the Democrats don't do dumb bullshit and aren't bought out entirely by corporate interests. I do think that there exists one party that could potentially retain their ability to have power while embracing more progressive views, and that would be the Democrat Party. If they ever figure out that they are doing the dumbest shit, or if they ever finally lose their elder leadership that is just keeping them where they are, I think we could see a political party in the States in which something along the lines of, let's make healthcare more affordable, is a policy that they have. But I don't think we're going to see a progressive party in the States in our lifetime. Insert definition of insanity. Yeah. Good morning, Dev, mods, and chat. I hope everyone's having a good Tuesday thus far. You're all doing very well, all things considered. Well, thank you. I think I'm doing great. I think Flynn's doing great too. You can tell because he's snoozing. So that's good. We need a new picture. What picture? Wait. Of Joe Manchin? It was a very loud boom. My guess was either a dumpster being moved or a transformer. Dumpsters are terrifying. I hate those giant trash trucks that pick up entire dumpsters and like, va-boom, va-boom, like, oh God. Are we dying? Are we under attack? If they get past their fetish for losing to extremists. It's baffling. It's baffling that we have two political parties in this country. One is like, we're going to suspend habeas corpus. And the other is like, hey guys, we're standing up for your rights by sitting on some steps out front of a building in DC. Give us money. Why? There's a literal white supremacist advisor in the White House pushing for the expulsion of anyone who is not of white European descent out of the country. And the Democrats are literally sending strongly worded letters. That is what they are doing. Fucking Chuck Schumer, strong letter. Schumer says he's leading Democrat sent Trump a very strong letter. Where's the quote? Yeah, Schumer had a solution to Trump's authoritarian move against Harvard. A very strong letter with very strong questions. Like, okay, guys. Okay. Fucking, you're doing the meme from The Good Place. You're sending a strongly worded letter to a guy that can't read. I don't know. You're, Per our last email, head ass. Oh man, yeah, it's a pretty wild time out there, but there's a lot going on. There's like Qatar is donating a $400 million plane to Trump to use as his new Air Force One, which he can't really do. I can hydrate. Thank you, Epic Failure. There's that tour going on, the beef with Israel that's happening. There's he just reversed course again on the China tariffs. So the China tariffs have gone down from like 145% to 30% for the next 90 days, I believe. None of this needed to happen. Like, just none of it. I just want to exist without having every single day be abject chaos because weird cultists. Like, I'm tired of weird cultists. I'm tired of weird cultists being in my government. I'm tired of weird cultists being like people that vote. I'm tired of just weird cultists at large for realsies. And I'm also tired of like the notion that we need to respect them and give them a platform and like accept them as they are. Like, no, we don't. You don't need to accept antisocial people. You don't need to accept people that wouldn't accept you. That's how humanity has done forever. When you accept them, they grow, and then shit like this happens. So when we're accepting people who are making the active choice to be weird cultists, we are then governed by cultists. I don't want that. Because they're abusive, and they abuse the systems. And the systems that they abuse allow them to have power. It's not like the majority of this country are in the MAGA cult. It's not even like a minority of this country. A super minority of this country, like less than 25% of people in this country even voted for Trump. And of those people, like, how many are actual diehard MAGA people? It's a tiny minority of people that are actually brain dead ass MAGA people. A lot of folks just don't know what's going on and aren't paying attention. A lot of people genuinely thought that Trump was a good businessman. And then there's also a lot of people who are just genuinely sexist and racist. When I went to Gen Con last year, it's in Indianapolis, which is in Indiana. I get off the plane, I get in a cab, and my cab driver starts talking about how it would be an embarrassment to the country if Kamala won because she's a woman and women aren't supposed to be in leadership positions. He just casually assumed that was a thing that I wanted to hear. Like, he just casually thought that was an acceptable thing to say. He's not alone. He's not unique. There's a lot of people in this country who just believe that, who truly believe that. So there's a lot of racism, there's a lot of sexism, and there's a lot of just weird fucking people. And rooting that shit out is the purpose of a flourishing society. You're supposed to root out antisocial behavior. You're supposed to root out behavior that is detrimental to the good of the people. Like, the notion that every opinion is valid has broken this country. The notion that every viewpoint must have a counter viewpoint that is acceptable broke this country. The notion that every story, like, needs to have somebody advocating for the other side, otherwise it's unfair, when like one side is, hey, we should feed children, and the other side is, we should exclusively murder everyone. Like, that's not necessary. And also, of course, the like fairness doctrine. Like, that being repealed fucked a lot of shit up too. Oh no, you're Republican passing like my husband. Yeah, I am definitely Republican passing, which is unfortunate. Really unfortunate. It happens frequently to me where, I mean, it's kind of a superpower because dudes will assume that I'm okay with hearing whatever, and it gives me a chance to check them. Because the second that you have a guy who thinks that he's in a safe space to be a dick, and he starts being a dick, and you're like, hey, that's not okay, they will squirm. They don't stand on business. They just get uncomfortable. They're not even confident about being an asshole. They just want to be an asshole. And you just can't let them do that. You just can't let them get away with it. It's very irritating because I just want to like get into the heads of young boys who feel that they are, you know, the loneliness epidemic, the whatever, the just, you know, hating women shit. If I could just get in your head, open up your mind a tiny bit, and be like, hey, there's a better way to live your life where you start by accepting things and learning about them and understanding them, and then later determine if it even fucking matters to you. And it turns out most things don't fucking matter to you, and that's okay, and that's healthy. Things just aren't how people are portraying them, and it's killing me. Both my parents are Trump dick riders. I'm so tired of the bullshit. My dad supports this motherfucker, but is dating a Colombian woman who is currently staying here on a visa. What the fuck? How? What? There's playing devil's advocate, but it's different when the one side is the actual devil, says the Saint Dave. Yeah, for sure. That'll do, and Political Puppy, thank you both for the follows. I'm sorry I missed those when they happened. That was like half an hour and 15 minutes ago. My bad, but thank you. It's fun to watch them backpedal and stutter when my husband doesn't agree or actively offers counterpoints. Yeah, if you just like, if someone says something abhorrent like that, someone says something sexist, racist, they say the R slur, they insult trans people, just ask them why they would say that. Why would you say something like that? What makes you think that's an okay thing to say? What makes you think that's a thing I would want to hear you say? Instant discomfort. And you got to just maintain that eye contact and hold them there. You need to show them that they fucked up. Because unfortunately, a lot of people haven't been shown that they fucked up. Because they've just been getting away with saying their bullshit. If it's a true opinion, this sports team is the best, or this is the best houseplant, then sure, have whatever opinions you want. If it's been significantly disproven to science, then it's not an opinion, you're denying science. Yeah, you don't get to deny science, but also the problem is that like the weird notion of, and this is going to sound very strange, the weird notion that we have to speak in facts all the time is weird. Like, that's not how humans communicate. It's straight up not. First of all, facts don't matter when it comes to feelings. I know people say facts don't care about your feelings, but guess what? Humans aren't fact-based. They're vibe-based. So trying to govern life by way of fact is just weird and very white supremacist-y, because white supremacists are like weirdly all about rules and designing how life should be, which is also eugenics. But it's not about quoting the science or listing the facts or giving your proof, because they're like, if you're talking to someone who's not interested in giving a shit about those things and just wants to spew their hatred, it doesn't matter how many facts you bring, it doesn't matter what you say, they will find a way in their head to explain why it's not true, why you are the liar, why they are correct. It's not about that. It has never been about that. And the more that we allow people to keep going down the like, oh, well, I just care about facts and logic and you don't, so you're dismissed and dumb and don't matter. Like, it's extinguishing the ability to have meaningful conversation about what is good for humans. And that's what we're doing here. Because we are human beings. We are not computers. We don't We shouldn't be running towards having an AI overlord. We shouldn't be running towards having judges that are AI because they'll be the most objective, because objective doesn't exist in a world where all of our concepts of reality are based on imperfect sensory inputs. We're humans. We're busted. We're broken. We're messy. We're fallible. We're completely inconsistent. And we die sometimes from drinking some bad water. I don't think that we need to be expecting that every single thing can be concrete and make sense. My husband gets super into politics and says he sounds Republican leaning, but he's really more centrist, and sometimes the words coming out of his mouth make me cringe. I don't know how somebody can be centrist in 2025. Like, I don't know what a centrist is in 2025. Because, like, first of all, another massive misconception about especially American politics is that the majority of voters are somewhere in the middle, which implies that they're between Democrats and Republicans, which is, one, a tiny amount of space between Democrats and Republicans, and two, completely inaccurate. It is not that people are in the middle. They are scattered all around Democrats and Republicans. If we think of it in this country as a line with Republicans and Democrats on the left and the right, when in reality it's like a three-dimensional spectrum in all directions. There's a little blip somewhere that's Democrats and a blip somewhere that's Republicans, and a constellation around them, and those are the independents. They could be between them. They could be way far onto one end. They could be way far on the other. They could be directionally like somewhere between them, leaning one direction, but having a complete off branch of a different set of beliefs. There could be a person who is completely anti-abortion, but also 100% pro-gay rights, pro-trans acceptance, pro small government, and it's not that people are like, well, you know, I have middle of the road opinions, which means I think we should only abort half the baby. Like, that's not how it works. People have settled opinions on things, and if they don't, and the ones who say that they are middle ground or whatever, or they just think that the answer is somewhere in the middle, they just don't want to have to answer the question because they've never thought about it. Because they're just fine with the status quo, and they don't want to be challenged. That's all that means. But for the vast majority of independents, they're not just in the middle. I know that's not what you were getting at. It's just a thing that bugs me when people talk about the political spectrum in the States. I need to be better about speaking up, but I'm outnumbered at work. I feel you. I don't know where you work. If you get fired for speaking up against hatred, you can probably sue for that, because they should be fired for the hatred part. Foggybug says the fact checking is a negative thing in their view. It's wildly backwards. Well, it's because they don't believe that the fact checkers are real. Like they believe that fact checkers are against them. Again, it's a literal defense mechanism. Like, it's a literal psychological defense mechanism where when your worldview is challenged by something that is worthy of upsetting your worldview, your brain will shut it down. You will do actual mental backflips to explain why that is not true and why your worldview is safe. And it's because for a lot of people, especially the ones who are deep in the MAGA cult or who are deeply religious, that is their entire life. It is everyone that they know. It is everyone that they love. It is the structure of their daily routine. It is the thing that holds them to this world. And giving that up would mean starting completely over with no one and nothing. And that is horrifying. That is, for many people, it's a fate equivalent or worse than death. And so for a lot of people, if you start to chip away, even at the slight things, the fringe things, if those start to unravel, the rest of it will unravel too. And so they have a defensive layer that will push back against trusting or believing anything you would say if you are challenging the worldview. And if you have fact checkers and sources, they're just going to start saying that source is false, you can't trust them, they have an agenda, so on and so forth. it just doesn't work that way. You gotta go from a different angle. You gotta go from an empathy, from an emotion angle, and they won't know it until they've already convinced themselves, until they've already realized themselves, oh, I fucked up. But that's gonna take like years. It doesn't happen in a conversation. Cognitive dissonance is a bear. Yeah, it's a lot, and it happens to everybody. It's not like I'm infallible. It's not like I know everything about everything. I have spent more than a decade now, probably about a decade, working on myself logically and emotionally, and I guess politically. Like I've been working on making sure that I understand what I'm about. I've been trying to strip away things that are not helpful, like holding opinions that don't help me be a better person, be a happier person. It genuinely started with like the silliest shit. It started with like switching to an iPhone. I was on Android for so long. I was a massive, loud Android fanboy for so long. I worked at Google because I liked Android so much. I was so anti-Apple, anti-iOS, anti-iPhone. It was like my fucking personality. I was doing the console wars thing, but with Android versus iPhones. I eventually lost faith over years and years of Google being shittier and shittier, and eventually moved to an iPhone. I had broken this rule that I made for myself. I had made a rule that I will not use Apple products because insert reasons. And if I have to use them, I'll be angry about it. That did nothing to help my life. Why? Like, what is that doing? What does that fucking do? How does that help me? How does that rule help? So I switched to an iPhone. That broke that. I started having a lot better of an experience not dealing with all that dumb bullshit that Google was doing. And it honestly made me think, like, what other random rules have I set up for myself that I'm adhering to that aren't helpful? And I've been trying to identify those, tear those down, and challenge myself in a lot of those ways. So it started with something very, very simple. And it got to, like, how do I view the world? How do I interpret new information? What are my core values? And where do I land politically? And so, like, I don't like to assign myself a political title. I just have been spending time working on understanding my core values, what I want to see in this world, how I want to treat people, and how I want to be remembered, what kind of an impact I want to have on the world. And that guides my decision making and my moment to moment reactions to things. It's not like, oh, well, I've held this opinion and so I'm not going to let it change. It takes a long time to get comfortable with letting go of that kind of stuff, like for real. And so now if I'm going to strongly hold an opinion, I want to make damn sure that I have a solid reason for it and it's a useful thing to hold strongly. Most of my opinions I hold very weakly, which just means like, yeah, I kind of think this, but I would be fine with my mind changing, and I don't think it matters enough for me to stake my claim on it. I'm not trying to do hot takes all the time because it doesn't matter. I don't care. There are so few things in this world that I care enough about to plant a flag and stake my claim. And when I do, if you see me posting things that are like super absolutist, 70% of the time, it's a gag. Like, it'll just be me making an absurd claim, and hopefully those are clearly a gag. But I try not to. Foggybox says, I dislike all phone manufacturers, but I keep my Google phone for the simplicity and the camera. You do you. I'm not going to tell somebody what phone to use. It's just after having been super, super big into Android for as long as I was an early adopter of all of their features. And if you know Google, you know that Google releases a lot of features that don't last for more than a year. And I was fucking tired of things that I was trying to make use of just disappearing on me. And I switched. And like, yeah, Apple has their own set of problems for sure. But the core Apple ecosystem experience, the core apps, have been stable for a long time, and they're not going anywhere. And they work offline, and they're simple. They work, and they're native. And like, I just need that. At this point, I just need my phone to fucking function. I need to be able to trust that it's gonna work tomorrow too, you know? Deconstructing your self-imposed limitations is a wonderful journey. It's a wonderful journey. It's a very, very difficult journey. And I know how hard it can be. I really, really get it. And it's not comfortable. So I get what's being asked of people when it's like, can you please reflect on your entire life? It's not a simple request. I've tied some of those rules to my ego and I'm not ready to let go of them yet, even if they're problematic, says Informal Goblin. Yes. So like, let me paint you a picture of what kind of obnoxious person I was. Like, I remember at one of my earlier jobs, whenever there was like a big Apple announcement, it was a small office. I want to say like maybe 60 people or so. And the engineering team was probably 30 of that. Most of the engineering team, or at least a good chunk of the engineering team, would like go sit in like the big conference room and put the Apple keynote up on a projector when there was a new big Apple announcement. Because a lot of them were Apple users, and they all liked Apple tech, and we're all tech people. I would join in and just essentially heckle the entire time. They would make an announcement, and I'd be like, that's been on Android for years, or that's been on Android forever. And I remember at one point, one of them just like slamming the desk and be like, shut the fuck up. It's like, I needed that. Because being that guy no one likes that guy. It's not cool. It's not endearing to be contrarian. And it's not endearing to go into a room full of people who are just trying to enjoy a thing that they enjoy and explaining every step of the way why they shouldn't enjoy it. No one wants that guy. So I used to be that guy. I'm really glad I'm not that guy anymore. Lucifer's AceBF says, the only reason I keep my Google Pixel is because the thing is indestructible. The OS sucks, the company sucks, and all that. I just need a phone that doesn't fall apart in my hands. I mean, I would recommend people don't swap out their phones until they're basically falling apart in your hands, just because we have a bad culture of overbuying phones and shit that are using materials that are not widely available, but that's good. I'm glad that you have a phone that you feel is going to last you a while. Like, stick with it. My favorite phone was still an Android phone, though. My favorite phone it was a, I think it was from OnePlus. And it was specifically designed to not have a camera cutout on the front. Like, there was no visible front-facing camera anywhere on the phone. When you switch the front-facing camera, a little tray on a motor came out of the top of the phone to reveal the camera to take selfies. It was the dumbest gimmick. But I loved it so much because you would do the thing and it'd be like, like, it would make a grinding motor sound to push the camera up to peek out over the phone and take the picture. And the picture quality was not particularly good, but I would sometimes just sit there just going, just like turning the camera on and off so it would come out. I had the phone that flipped into a game controller, an N-Gage. Is that what you're talking about? This ain't Dave says cough cough Google Plus cough cough. Yeah, I worked on Google Plus. I was on the Google Plus team. Why do you think I'm so fucked up? I will never recover, ever, from that experience. No, I worked with some interesting people, and I like tried to do a thing that was helpful in like the testing infrastructure for Google Plus. And Google Plus, I went really hard on. I was like, yeah, Google Plus is the future. Facebook is dead. Like, that was the kind of Google fanboy that I was. Lol. Lol. Oh, wow. Was I wrong? Spano says that I'm still getting used to the new layout from the most recent update on Samsung. I haven't seen what a Samsung phone looks like in a long time. When I had Apple, they would just become unusable after a year or two, sadly. I fall or drop stuff far too often to justify that. That's really interesting. So the newer, this is not me saying that you should get an iPhone. The newer iPhones apparently have reached a level, and this might be true from like more manufacturers, but I only read an article about Apple. Apparently the new iPhone materials are good enough that people aren't really buying cases as much. Because like you can now drop it a pretty decent distance without it falling apart or without cracking the screen even. I'm not saying that doesn't happen. I'm not saying that no one can drop a phone and it doesn't crack. You can drop a phone from any distance, and if it hits the right way, it's gonna crack. But apparently purchase rates of cases have been dropping because the materials are getting so resilient, particularly the glass, which is interesting. Like I don't use a case, but that's because I tend to be very careful with my phone, and I tend to be in places that it's not in danger really of falling frequently. And if it does break, I'll deal with it. I've been a case guy for a long time, and I just don't want to deal with it anymore. We need new music. We're gonna do digital vibes. iPhones are too slippery without a case. That I agree with. I don't love how slippery this phone can be. It's better on like the newer models than the older ones, because the newer ones have more of a flat side, but it still can very easily slip out of my hand. My car is 15 years old. I've had it for 11 of those years and put 130,000 miles on it, and I plan to drive it till it dies. Hell yeah. I can hydrate. I bought a Subaru specifically for that reason, because like everyone that I know that has a Subaru is like, yeah, we've had it for like 25 years and it's fine. So I bought it in 2018. And I'm hoping to have it as long as I can. I also barely drive. Like, if I didn't need to drive, I wouldn't have a car. There's a few places that I need to be able to drive to, and there's not really an option that I have nearby for like car rental. So I've got a car. I do use it. It's used several times a week, but I really wish I didn't need to use it. The amount of phones I've dropped and the screen protectors I've shattered, going caseless is not a thing for me. Hey, for each their own. Like, I definitely understand. And I know that some people are very, very, I don't want to call you clumsy, but clumsy with their phone. I get it. I do. Yo, this color spin. Oh, it's making me feel calm. That's lovely. I've said this before, I really want to make the color spins reproducible. So it would be pretty easy for me to be able to turn the result of a color spin into like a short code that you'd be able to plug back in to bring that color spin back. I'll have to look into that. That could be fun. Another thing that I wanted to do, and I'm not going to do it on this stream, but hopefully soon, is I've been working on the Spire creation guide for the Great Spires, which is the default world setting for Proscenium, my TTRPG project. So I've been working on the Spire creation guide, and I'm building it so that you can just like pick the stuff that you want, like pick all the properties that you want, and it like gives you a walkthrough on how to actually construct it. But they're also all roll tables. So if you don't want to have to like choose all the properties of a given area, you can just roll dice and it'll help you come up with something. So I realized like I can just build that into a little web app that lets you like generate a spire and like tweak it to your preferences and then like save it and write more stuff about it or something. So I thought it'd be kind of fun at some point to build that little app on stream, just like a spire generator. Could be fun. But to do so, I'm going to need to switch my streaming setup. I should probably talk about this. I might maybe tomorrow do a test stream from my laptop. So I have this MacBook, right? And that's where I do the vast majority of my programming and video editing. And currently I'm on a like gaming PC. This runs Windows. This is what I've been using for streaming this whole time, is a different PC. And I'm not happy with Windows. I'm not happy with the way it's going. I've been using Windows my whole life, and it has just gotten progressively worse, and I do not want to upgrade to Windows 11. This computer can't even upgrade to Windows 11 without a hardware change. So I'm like, fuck this. I want nothing to do with that. I'm planning to install Linux, I think particularly Pop OS on this machine. But I want to make sure that I'm able to stream from my MacBook. I'll probably be able to stream from this still just fine. But I was considering switching to streaming from my laptop, which would make things a little easier and also make it a lot more approachable for me to do programming streams, since again, my laptop is where I do programming. So I might as soon as tomorrow do something like that. We'll see. I'm not sure when I'll find the time to actually finally set all that shit up. I'm accident prone, but I'm ridiculously lucky. I've broken 2 phones in my entire life. I'm mad because the only phone that I've ever shattered the screen of, I don't know how it happened. I like put it down somewhere, and when I picked it back up, the screen was shattered. This was like on a road trip. I was in the middle of a road trip, and I was just like, looked away from my phone for a second and looked back. It hadn't fallen. It was just sitting somewhere. I don't know what happened, but it was suddenly just shattered. Annoying. I've dropped my phone plenty of times. Nothing. Put my phone down gently, shattered. My laptop accidentally updated to Windows 11. It sucked so hard. Made the entirety of everything no longer work. I don't like the way that Microsoft is going with like, oh, Windows is a service. Like it's a subscription that you pay for. Like, fuck you. It's an operating system. I want it to run my computer and I want you to go away. That's what I want from you. Windows 11 is annoying. They replaced my work laptop with it. Can't put the system to sleep, shut it down, or lock only. IT said that something got messed up in the update and they'll fix it. I don't know. I use Mac OS for most programming and production. I use Linux for all of my servers, and also for past personal laptops, I use various renditions of Linux. I've mostly used Windows for gaming for a while now, but like Linux has caught up a lot with gaming, and like with the Steam Deck and the work that Valve has been doing with Proton. Proton is a compatibility layer that Valve has made to make games run better on Linux so that the Steam Deck can exist, right? So like the Steam Deck, it's so good because of Proton. Games can run on the Steam Deck as well as they do because of Proton. And Proton is just a Windows game for Linux adapter. So a lot of Linux operating systems are now much better with gaming because of the work that Valve has been doing. So like, there's increasingly fewer reasons to be on Windows. I saw, not that I like this guy, I saw fucking PewDiePie recently switch to Linux, which makes him like the biggest Linux gaming creator on the planet immediately, which is kind of genuinely good. Like, if Microsoft could actually feel a little bit of heat, if they could actually feel a little bit of a fire under their ass, that would be nice. Washed a Nokia flip phone and killed it, and dropped this phone and shattered the screen, had to get it replaced. I'm surprised that you killed a Nokia phone. That's impressive. That's impressive. Aaron P says, I had one phone just get stuck in a boot loop for no reason. That's not good. That's terrifying. It's terrifying because it's just like, this is my device and it won't boot. Oof. Not me trusting you implicitly with my tech decisions. Look, you should. You should. I'm talented, says Fanakari. I believe you. I truly believe you. Yeah, there are increasingly hostile options for consumers out there that tech companies are increasingly trying to make people accept, and we need to just not be accepting that shit. We need to not, like, it's as simple yet nefarious as Twitter and Meta and TikTok, etc., removing the ability to share links or like deprioritizing posts that have links in them, which is the entire fucking point of the internet. But they don't want you to leave their services by clicking on those links. So like on Threads, if you post a post with a link, it just goes nowhere. It will get no views. I can not that I give a shit about Threads. Not like I've given up on Threads. But like I would see, like, you know, I post something, it gets like 100, 200, 500, several thousand likes. The next post has a link, 0 interactions whatsoever. The post right after that, back to normal. They just very obviously deprioritize posts with links, and it's really shitty. Because it's like, that's the whole point of the internet. Hey, I made this thing, here's a link to it. Or hey, I saw this thing, here's a link to it. Like, I wanted to share this information, here's a link. You click on that, you go there. That's the whole point of the internet. And like, they're trying to normalize making people afraid of links, making people not want to post links, making people not care about links by doing all of that. And that is nefarious. That is shitty. That is so anti-consumer. But they've just been slowly working towards that for years. Can we just start making our own operating systems? Having taken an operating systems course, no. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. But also, that's what Linux is. Like, there's a million Linux distributions. There's a million renditions of Linux, and there's like, you know, a version for everyone. There's even Hannah Montana themed Linux. Hannah Montana Linux distro. Yeah, Hannah Montana Linux. Welcome to hannahmontana.sf.net. Meet Hannah Montana Linux, or HML for short. For more info, see the About page. Hannah Montana Linux is a Unix-like Linux operating system based on Kubuntu. Hell yeah. Where's the About page? Is there an About page? About. It's a free operating system based on Kubuntu with a Hannah Montana theme. Hannah Montana Linux is fast, stable, and powerful. It includes a Hannah Montana themed boot screen, KDM, icon set, Ksplash, plasma, color screen, and wallpapers. It is not vulnerable to Windows viruses. So, you know, like, there's something for everyone out there. There's also the classic tale of Temple OS, which is not Linux, but also a tale of why you should not build your own operating system. This is a story, y'all. This is a story. Temple OS was an operating system that this guy, Terry Davis was a like software developer who also very sadly struggled with many mental health issues, from schizophrenia to who knows what else. And he started to build a project called Temple OS. Temple OS was essentially his attempt at building an operating system that was whatever the religious temple is that needs to be like built for the second coming to happen. He basically saw this operating system as a command from God to build this operating system in which God spoke to him through random number generators. And like, this is what the operating system looked like. You got some fun games. You got Flapbat. You got Keep Away. Got Bomber Golf. But you've also got some files, I guess. But he like wrote all of this from scratch and would do these like video updates where he would cover the development of this software. And he was just losing his mind more and more as those updates kept going. And you could like visibly hear him losing it. And he would talk about like the agents that were after him and shit like that. I think he eventually killed himself. Pretty sure. Yeah, he wrote a programming language called Holy C because it was supposed to be a like religious construction, I guess. There's an entire let me find Temple OS YouTube. There's a YouTube documentary on it that's really, really, really good. Is it the Down the Rabbit Hole? I think. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Here is a documentary on the whole thing if you are interested. It is a wild, wild ride. I can't think of something similar. Like, I can't think of an internet story as crazy as this shit. So enjoy that. Anyway, I just went on a wild fucking tangent. Y'all remember Wild Tangent? What are they doing these days? Wait a minute. Wild Tangent. Are they still a thing? No way. They're still a thing. What is this? Vacation Adventures Park Ranger 14? My favorite. Oh, hell yeah. Casual Arts Hidden Object. What the fuck? I'm sorry? This is $20. But it's only $13.99 if you're a wild member. I've got a wild member. Yeah, I remember Wild Tangent back in the day. It was like a virus, basically. It was spyware. Don't build an operating system, you'll become mentally ill and die. That's I mean, kind of what I'm saying, sort of. Moreover, don't build an operating system because it's way too much work. Like, way too much work. It's not worth it. My operating systems class in college, we had to write a virus detection system built into a custom operating system that we were working on that like monitored processes that were running on the computer and tried to detect abnormalities in how that process was functioning. I'd be perfectly happy never touching anything like that again. I would be perfectly happy never doing that ever again. It's like, it is like the weed out class for computer science is operating systems. Awful. Hated it. Awful. I just want Windows XP again. Do you though? Do you want Windows XP again? Or do you just want to be a child again? Like, I want to be a child again. I want a sense of hope again. I want childlike whimsy and glee once more. Windows XP, I feel deep nostalgia for, and also the amount of vulnerabilities, the amount of viruses, the amount of just like everything fucking up your computer that happened within Windows XP, it was pretty off the charts. No, I absolutely do not want to be a child again. I don't want to be a child. I want to feel the hope of a child. I want my old username, but it was permabanned from the internet because it started with WTF. Really? That causes it permabanned? Or to be permabanned? That's pretty lightweight. That's surprising. I should be permabanned. I say what the fuck all the time. Ban me, daddy. Daddy Twitch. Windows XP and LimeWire, the Wild West days of the past. Fuck yeah. Oh my god. LimeWire. What a thing. It's not a virus. It's all those dang games you have installed. I remember my cousin was staying with us to finish out, like my aunt and her family were living nearby for a while. My cousin was in high school and my aunt moved away. He ended up staying with us for a bit to finish out high school without having to change schools. He, I guess, used my computer for porn or something. I don't know. I came back to my computer one day and it was so full of viruses. Just everything. Just every virus. Computer is very over. Computer over. Virus equals very yes. That's the quote. It was the kind of thing, it was the classic, like you log into Windows and like a million pop-ups come up and then like you try to close them out and it creates more pop-ups and then like it claims like, oh, you have a virus, click here to buy our antivirus. And that takes you to like superantivirus.cn and just all of it, just everything. And or like you go to open up AIM and it just starts messaging links to all of your friends so that they get the virus too. I basically took a shotgun to that computer digitally. Had to like tear it apart. And I'm mad. I'm mad because I had a really good Roller Coaster Tycoon save on that drive and I had to wipe it and I couldn't save the save game. I'm still mad about that. I'm almost as mad about that as when my fucking cousin stole my DS. I'm mad. My cousin stole my DS and I'm mad about it. This was 25 years ago. Not 25 years ago. 20 years ago. I'm mad. I'm still mad. That's all. Strong quote in the wild. Here's the thing. I don't think people realize that 98% of my humor is just Homestar Runner. My cadence, my timing, the way I speak, the words that I say, it's almost exclusively Homestar Runner. It's like 98% Homestar Runner, 2% Monty Python, I guess. Something like that. I will literally, like, my friend and I will just say, sever your leg, please. It's the greatest day. Like, we'll just say that to each other for no reason, just because it's a quote from Homestar. It was banned from Neopets for more extreme reasons. How'd you get banned from Neopets for extreme reasons? Too many omelets? Cryptid says, Dev, I'm torn. On the one hand, I don't want a game to come out too early or have the developers have to do crunch again. But on the other hand, they delayed my game again. What game? GTA 6? Because we knew this. Was it GTA 6 that got delayed? Or rather, GTA 6 that you're upset about? Rune Factory Guardians. That's not what GTA stands for. GTA does not stand for Rune Factory Gardens, so I don't know what you're talking about. I'm very sorry. Yeah, we need less crunch, but there's too many games out right now. I don't know. We could slow it down a bit. Me and my coworker quote it quite often when the rest of our team is confused. Teen Girl Squad quotes are still in heavy rotation with my friends. Teen Girl Squad changed the brain chemistry of a generation. That's all I'm going to say on that. Neopets had a stock market. That was me in RuneScape. So I fucked up the RuneScape economy once and got in trouble for it. Because my buddy and I bought, if you're familiar at all with like RuneScape, especially like the original pass of old school RuneScape, party hats were like the pinnacle item of showing off your status. If you had a party hat, you had status. And so there was a market for party hats. If like you wanted to trade a party hat, it cost you pretty. And so a buddy and I would do a ton of like trades and plenty of scams. We set up a ton of fake guilds, like fake clans, that we would then take out into the wilderness and just slaughter them and steal all their stuff. And then we used all that money to buy a ton of party hats and fuck up the economy around party hats because we sold them for fucking nothing. And we got a talking to. Look who just subscribed. We got a talking to from a mod and a little bit of a ban. Neighborhood Lucifer, 10 months. Thank you so much. Lucifer's AceBF and Neighborhood Lucifer are both here. I gotta ask, how's it going between you two? Are things good? Has counseling helped? It's corn and corn alone day. Yep. On the possible good side, if it does come out this time, it'll be out for my birthday. Hell yeah. Happy birthday to you whenever it does come out. Yeah, so GTA 6 was delayed until 2026, by the way. And that was one of my 2025 predictions, which I will say, I don't take pride in that prediction because it was easy. That was a given. That was a free space. But I'm also still pretty smug about it. There were guilds based around manipulating the stock market with calculated buying and selling. I played Neopets a lot back in the day, but it was before I had any concept of like a shared gaming experience. So I only ever really played it as like a solo player. I never really did any of the social stuff. Oh no, that's terrible. How does one wreck a video game economy? Takes out notebook. Oh shit, there's the new Palea update out, isn't there? Huh. I'm gonna launch... Oh wait. Steam. I need Steam for that. Maybe I'll play some Palea if that update's ready. And if not, I'll play some more Littlewood. Actually, no, I won't, because I'm in the middle of playing it on my Steam Deck and didn't save, so not doing that. Palea it is. Palea. Update. All right, we're updating. And launching on PS5/Xbox. Yeah, I'm really excited about that. I'm really excited about it being on PS5, finally, because I have it on Switch, but it just runs like dump. I can't play it on Switch. This is updating a lot faster than I expected. I thought it was going to take like an hour. Cryptid Waifu has a 15 stream streak. Damn. I don't think I even have a 15 stream streak. That's impressive. Thank you for being here. Thank you all for being here, by the way. Y'all are the best. I didn't cherish not being here for as long as I was. I am happy to be back. I have definitely taken a hit on all of my metrics from having been gone, which is not a huge problem, but I really appreciate the folks that came right back as I'm getting back into it. Like, consistency is so important as a creator, like posting and streaming and just being consistently present so that people ever see you and like ever engage with your content. It's very, very critical. And I really, really appreciate the amount of people who are like, we'll be here when you get back. Take as long as you need. But it does make a difference because it directly translates to my livelihood, right? Like if I take a long break and I kind of stop that flywheel effect of like putting out content so that people see it, so they come back, so they see more content and keep engaging. If you stop that, and you're not like a massive creator with like millions and millions of subscribers, it really does make an impact. It really does. So thank you to everybody who tuned into Stuff Keeps Happening yesterday, who's tuning into the stream right now. Thank you all so much. I really, really appreciate it. I was watching the view count fly up on Stuff Keeps Happening yesterday while I was watching it. Yeah, I mean, it's really, I'm still humbled by what's been going on with YouTube. The view count was, or the views are I don't want to say the worst, but they're the worst of my past 10 videos that I've uploaded, which is, again, to be expected. I've been gone, and so it's been a slow return. I'm still very humbled by the fact that I've been getting a sudden increase in YouTube activity. Also, oh my God, Flynn. Oh my God, he's so cute. It's just absurd. All right, I'm gonna go pet the dog real quick because the Palea install is slowed down dramatically. So I'm gonna pet the dog real quick. It's good, dogs. I just wish you could also stream on YouTube because Twitch is blocked on my work computer. I intend... Oop. Stay. I intend to stream to YouTube hopefully soon. Hopefully. I haven't been streaming to YouTube solely because I don't have it connected to my stream setup, and I don't like the idea of streaming to YouTube and having it be like a secondary experience, but also I probably shouldn't care and just be streaming where people want to see me. So I really want to look into getting YouTube support for my stream setup and streaming over there. I know a lot of people have asked me for it. I know I have a lot more followers over there, and I'd probably get a lot more exposure over there. But it's just not there yet. I really want to do it. It's high up on my list. I don't even have it installed. It still says down for maintenance for me. Interesting. Well, then it might not be ready. I know that they were going to have a day-long maintenance. We'll see. If it doesn't work, I will just do jumping jacks for the rest of the stream. It's the sweetest of boys. He is the sweetest of boys. Very much so. Your content is worth experiencing and worth the wait. Well, I really appreciate that. That's very sweet. Typing in stream chats makes me look like I'm busy. It'll be down until 10 a.m. PT. That's in 20 minutes. I don't know if I want to start then. Maybe this is a Thursday gaming experience. I don't want to like start playing because I'm probably going to be ending the stream not super long after that. We'll see. Oh, what's up? We're up. Getting cozy? He's like, where am I? What's going on? What's over there? Why am I awake? Oh, you look so nonplussed. Oh, very, very nonplussed. Oh, he's sniffing. He's trying to tell if there's a storm outside. It's been like raining on and off all day. God, I really want to play Paleo when it comes up. It's not gonna work. I have spent too many days on patch day hoping to play a game only for it to never actually come up. I'm not gonna fall for it. Oh gosh, we're back down. The dog is back down. Everything is fine. Hey, back down. Not worth being awake. Absolutely not worth being awake. You know what game I haven't been playing a lot recently that I kind of do want to play right now? The funny card game in which the number go up. It's been a while. I kind of stopped. Kind of whole ass stopped playing it. Y'all wanna play some Balatro? Kind of vibe? Vibe and cards. Cards are funny. That's the name of the stream now. Balatro. Blink. There we go. Yeah, we'll play some Balatro. It has been a genuine while since I've done that. Oh no. Hello? Why are you doing this? Hey, it's time for a drink. No, bad game. There we go. Okay. Game. And that. Hey, it works. I can drink. I think that was the last stream I caught. All right. God, it's been a minute. No, I'm not continuing. We are going to play the Anaglyph deck. We love the Anaglyph deck here. Hell yeah. Okay. How do you play this fucking game? God, it's been a minute. I'm playing normal ante. Yeah, okay. Look at these cards. I got the, they sell a physical Balatro card deck, by the way, and you should get it. I got it. It's wonderful. It's by Fangamer, I believe. Fangamer Balatro card deck. Yeah. They're actually pretty nice, and they come with 4 of the Jokers from the game. So they're pretty rad. They actually have like the pixel art style and everything, and they feel great. So that was a fun pickup. All right, Balatro card game. Here we go. Get out of here. Give me more 6s. All right, I'll take it. Nah. We'll do these guys. Get out of here. See if we can get ourselves a straight. 9, 10, Jack, Queen, Queen, Queen. That's like a straight, kind of. 3 of a kind is a straight, basically. Let's get rid of these. Give me something. All right, I'll take that. That's a full house. Recently got sucked into playing Balatro. It's such a delight. It's such a good game. It's just pure game. I love it. Let's check out Runner. Raise Fist ain't bad. Do that. And what's in here? Not bad. Yeah. What do we got? Get out of here. I don't want to see your face. All right. Don't want that. Pair of queens. Thanks for the plus 20. Interesting. I love this card just because it's called Hit the Road, and it's all about jacks. It's about getting rid of jacks. Hit the road, Jack. Very good. All of the cards in this game, perfect. Strength, eh. Let's just keep it rolling. Clubs are debuffed. Someone tell the seals. They can finally live. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wait. Queen, Jack, 10, 9, 8. The internet is subpar on the roof. Nah, you just gotta point your device at the internet satellites. Easy. Ooh, spectral pack. What do we got? Give me something delicious. Not super delicious. Guess we're doing a face deck. Ooh, give me that grabber. I grabbed. What do we got? Ooh, I love death. Okay. Give me kings. Do that. Clouds are in the way. Unfortunate. Give me that double tag. Sticking with it. I just got rid of all of these fucking number cards. Get out of here. Oh my lord. The saddles don't lie. Is that short for satellites? Satels? Saddles? That's some shiny ice cream. I don't want to ride the bus on this run. We'll take the ice cream. What do you got for me? The Fool. Give me that death. Oh, hell yeah. Okay. Okay. Let's bring this up. Get some aces. Okay, okay. Wheel of Fortune? Nope. Fucking nope. Extremely nope. The Fish. Cards drawn face down after each hand played. Alright, well, let's start with this. Alright, well, I guess we'll end with that, too. Alright, I've got 3 anaglyphs. the magic trick. That's good. That's good. That's good. Walkie-talkie. I'm good on that. Okay. Okay. Use that. Do another pack. Turn this 2 into a stone. And then double my money again. Neat. Oh boy. This is what I live for. I've got 3 anaglyphs. I'm about to do the negative tag. So I'm just going to get a bunch of negative cards. Hell yeah. That is why I play this deck. Beautiful. Someone's napping. Epic failure. Gonna go nap. Enjoy your nap. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna do this run and then pack up the stream here in a little bit. I've got a lot to do for the rest of the day, unfortunately. Got that 401 keg. All right, sure thing, dog. Okay, we take a negative DNA. We do take a negative DNA. What do I got in the standard pack here? Nothing wonderful. Okay. Lusty and wrathful. Wow, that's disappointing as fuck. But okay. At least I got the DNA. I'll take that. If it's only 1 card, add a permanent and draw it to your hand. All right, going kings. Wow, that almost did it for me. Keep it going. What do we got? Overstock? Yes, please. Give me that. I'll take a scary face. That's fine. We're playing a lot of face cards. Spectral? More steel cards. Why am I getting so many numbers? Get out of my deck. There we go. That's something. Man, I forgot how good this game is. It's stupid. I'll do, I'm gonna be silly and just make 1,000,000 steel cards and hope that I get that Joker that gives you bonuses for steel cards. Just be goofy as hell. Hey, everything is coming up me. What's my egg at? 13. We take a queen. We take a jumbo spectral. Still doesn't have what I want. Destroy a random card, add 3 enhanced face cards. Sure. Hey, okay. The psychic must play 5 cards. Fuck. Let's just start with. Is this gonna work? Let's see if it works. No. Okay, so if it's not allowed, it doesn't actually. God damn it. Okay, that's terrible. I hate that. Okay, I think I'm fine. Yeah, I'm fine. Alright, we good, we good. Building up my anaglyphs again. Clearance sale. I love a good sale. Although now I'm poor. But Swashbuckler, what's up, my guy? My good pirate. How are we doing today? Give me this king. I need some molt. Unfortunately, I do not have any of those going on right now. So far, it's fine, but soon enough, it's going to pop off. I'm going to need that. Can we get something, please? Ooh, yes. Discard that. Hell yeah. Okay, okay. More steals. Call me Steely Dan. That's this build. Is this the Steely Dan build? Because I'm Steel. My name is not Dan though. Don't call me Dan. The fuck is this shit? I mean, I guess spades are good for me, but base chips and mults are halved. Okay. Okay. Give me more steel. I'm single-handedly upholding the steel industry currently. Kang. Alright, we're good. Are we good? Yeah, we're good. We're fine. Okay, we're good. We're good. Steely Dam. That works. I do not like the red card. These are crap. Ooh, paintbrush. Why is it all so bad? Take the steals. I like how my build is predicated on a Joker that I do not have. I'm just holding out hope that it'll happen. Just a loose prayer that hopefully I'll bump into this fucking thing. Do I want 1,000,000 spectral packs? No, I want to wait until this because I'll get a bunch of money. Okay. Guess we'll go with the king. Get rid of all these. Oh, beautiful. Lovely. Rip my ice cream. You served us well, ice cream. Thank you. Everybody salute the ice cream. Thank you very much. What's the egg at? 27. Matador, god damn it. What is happening right now? Give me that. Just gonna move on. Alright, give me money. There. Now I've got a little bit of money. Got a smidge. Oh, I'm boned. Okay. Shit. Oh, it's not good. It's real bad. Oh my god. Okay. I am screwed. Okay. This might be good. Nope. Nope, I'm just fucked. Oh my god. Oh, it's so bad. Oh no. Okay. Oh. All right, this is a dump hand just to get rid of these. Wow. Rip my entire life dream. Everything that I thought was real is wrong, and everything that's wrong is true. Which is to say, I'm terrible. Rip. One more run. That was a warm-up. That was a warm-up run. We're gonna do the ghost deck. It was a warm-up run. No one saw that. Everything's fine. This is my first run of the day. All right. 9, 10, Jack, Queen, King. Shit. 10. Wait. 9, 10. I don't have a king. Oh, I'm an idiot. I'm hallucinating a king, apparently. I'm just going to do the full house instead. Nine, 9, 9. Sure. That'll do it. Give me that. Okay, so I've got the hex card. I don't want to get this yet, but I will in a second. I'm gonna get this first, which is gonna give me fuck. That sucks. All right, well, that's unfortunate. Give me that. Okay. You know what? At least we've got this. Yeah, I'm gonna be good for a little while now. That's helpful, but still, I'm upset. Buff up my shit. I could use some glass cards. I'm down with glass cards. Yeah. Not having any planets last time definitely hurt. Very much so. What the fuck is this? What is this? Here you go. That's got 2 pair in it. What is happening? Just dog shit jokers. I'll take Uranus, it's fine. Oh, I should have taken the rare. Oh well. I'm still sailing through this stuff. It's not a problem, but hopefully my luck turns a little bit. A little bit. Okay. There's my boy. There's the grossest Michelle there ever was. All right. All right. Feeling a little better. Let's keep the rest. Diamonds are debuffed. Thanks, banana. Ooh. Ooh. We love hieroglyph. Thank you. Deja vu is appealing. Deja vu is appealing. Do that too. Okay. Things are turning around a little bit. Let's put the Deja vu on an ace. Then we'll use the priestess. Get these. And then we're going to use the death to get another doubled up ace. Yeah, okay. Free foil. The needle, it says. We good. I dropped my pen, but it fell on my desk, so that does not count as a pen drop. I don't like Seance. I don't like Seance, but I'll take it for the 50 chips and replace it later. I am... Oh, this will be fun. Skip, skip, select. This is bad. Oh no, this is good. So many emotions. So many emotions happening right now. Mystic Summit. Oh my god. It's all so bad. It's like Balacho's mad at me for having not played it in a while. It's like, I'm just gonna give you all the garbage. Okay, free Mega Buffoon Pack. Give me something. I'll take some spare trousers. I'll accept spare trousers. I don't like red card. But I'll take another Polychrome over Seance. Okay, we're doing a 2-pair build, it seems. So I gotta have more pairs. Like the fruit. This Ain't Dave says, I don't know how Balatro works, and at this point I'm too afraid to ask. It is it's solitaire. So it's a solitaire game where I have a deck of cards. It's a standard 52 deck of cards, but you modify it over time, and you're playing poker hands basically, and each hand has a different score associated with it. So there's blue and red. Blue is chips, which is points. Red is multiplier, which is the multiplier of your points. So each of these hands, so straight flush, 4 of a kind, full house, flush, straight, pair, 2-pair, high, all that stuff. I can play these hands and I get points for it. And the jokers at the top are modifiers. So they'll say things like, if you play a 2-pair, you get bonus stuff. Or if you meet this condition, then something else happens. And the fun of the game is there's like 150 jokers. There's a ton of them. Collection jokers, yeah. Like there's a bunch of different jokers you can get, and they all do something different. And so you make these like wild combinations of jokers that like you can get jokers that copy the effect of a different joker, and so you get like a like back and forth thing going on. You like buff up your cards, you get a bunch of improvements, and you just try to, every level there's a higher and higher score that you have to meet to continue, and so you just have to stay ahead of that curve. So Balacho is just, it's a poker themed solitaire deck builder is what it is. If you know how to play poker hands, like that's all you really need to know outside of the game teaching you everything else you have to do. Everything else is just written on the cards. So like spare trousers. This joker gains +2 multiplier if the hand contains a 2-pair. Or Mad Joker, +10 multiplier if the hand contains a 2-pair. The banana is a +15 multiplier with a 1 in 6 chance of being destroyed at the end of the round. The Diet Cola, it's just there, but when I sell it, I get a bonus. It's just like a bunch of random effects, basically. And so in between rounds, you like modify your deck, you get to purchase more stuff, and move on. So that's it. It's really simple, but it is very deep in terms of like all the things that you can actually do in the game. So here I'm playing 2 8s, 3 aces, which is a full house. It's going to give me 40 points and 4 multiplier to start. Then it's going to go through and it's going to add up points based on each card. So each card gives you a little bit of points. And then it's going to go through all of the jokers and do all of their effects. So like I'm going to play it. It's going to get +15 from this. it contains a 2 pair, 1, 2, 1, 2. So this is going to get +2 multiplier in addition to its existing +2. This will give it +10. And then this will also multiply everything by 1.5. So will this, and so will this, and that'll be my score. So that's all that's happening. It's just adding up your score. But the real fun is when you get super late game and you've got like absurd builds and you hit play and it's just like counting the cards and it's just like ding 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 and just like making every sound all at once. The screen's flashing because it's like it can't count any faster. It's very good. Arcana. I will take a temperance. That's fine. Ooh, death. Ooh, death. Okay. I want to converge on like aces and queens, I think. 3-3. Give me something else. Give me an ace. Give me one of my many, many aces. All right, that's not what I asked for, but it'll work. You know, I probably played hundreds of hours to Slay the Spire. Yeah, I mean, it's a deck builder. It's just a different kind of deck builder is all. Earn $2 per discard if no discards are used, or cards with an even rank give +4 mult. I don't want either of those. Hanged Man. Yeah, get out of here, you fucking cards. Get out of here. I hate cards. Why am I playing a card game? 5-5, 10-10. I've debated getting on a mobile, but then I might never get anything done at work again. Are you talking about Slay the Spire or Balatro? Because Balatro on mobile is extremely good. It's extremely good. My Gros Michel, it died. But that's okay. The fun thing about the Gros Michel, the banana, is that it has a 1 in 6 chance of being destroyed. After it has been destroyed, it unlocks a new Joker that you can get that run, which is the Cavendish, which is an upgraded banana, which gives you a much better bonus, and it has a 1 in 1,000 chance of being destroyed. Hello, Seth. How's it going? How am I? I'm pretty good. I'm a smidge on the hungry side, but playing this here Balatro and just kind of existing. We got a cozy boy over in the corner over there. He's snoozing, so that's good. Just kind of vibing. Hello, R.R. Strickland. Thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Cavendish best banana. It's a very good banana. It's a very good banana. All right. Give me another hanged man, because I don't want that shit. 1 in 2 chance to create a booster pack. I should have gotten this first. Whoops. Oh well. What are you going for on this run? Currently just kind of vibing into 2-pair shit, because I've just got these guys, but mostly I haven't played this game in like months, and so I think the game is mad at me and it's just giving me unfortunate jokers, but it do be like that sometimes. So kind of going for queens and aces for 2 pairs currently. Get out of here. All right, that's something. That's hilarious. That's what happened IRL. It's why banana flavored isn't really banana flavor anymore. Yeah. So the history of the banana stuff, the original one that you get, I don't actually know how it's pronounced, but I say Gros Michel, I think is how it's pronounced, was the most dominant banana in the banana trade, but then a virus came through, like it got wiped out by like a fungal virus or something like that. And because of that, a different banana type, the Cavendish variety of banana, became the #1 global export. So in the game, you have the Gros Michel that then goes away and is replaced by the Cavendish. Just because, why not? That's just like the level of random cleverness that's in this game. Fuck, get out of here. King, ace, or 8-8. I missed my banana. Oh well. I was not paying attention and did not realize that was my last hand. Oh well. That's unfortunate. It happens. Let's stop it there. Have you played Blue Prince yet? I have not. Again, it's sort of like on my radar. You weren't here when I said this originally, but I have just not had the capacity to onboard to new games recently. I don't know why, but I really want to play it because I've heard that it's amazing. I really want to play Claire Obscura. I really want to play the new Civ more. Like, there's a lot that I want to play that I just haven't gotten to. It's just sitting there, like, judging me from my game library, which is some bullshit. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this up. I'm on the hungy side, and I have a lot of stuff I need to get done for the rest of the day. But there is a hydrate. There's, of course, plenty more of me, and I will be back on Thursday as well. You should follow me on YouTube if you don't already. And if you want to really support me, you can check out my Patreon. I just posted the latest Patreon Q&A video on my Patreon. Every tier is able to access that. It's a fun one, and I do a bit of poop math in it, so that's important. Besides that, you can always check out the Astral Campgrounds, which is my online community. You can join the Discord. There's also so much more beyond just that. There's a Mastodon server. There's a game. There's the ability to customize your appearance in my chat over here. There's all sorts of stuff waiting for you at the Astral Campgrounds. More on that later as well. But yeah, I'm gonna go get going. I'm gonna go get working on some stuff. Thank you all for hanging out with me here today. I will see you on Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern. Take care. Be well. I'll see you soon.
Hello.
Bye-bye. Hello, Bucky Binks. Thanks for the follow. Goodbye. Sorry about the timing. Goodbye.